Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about just something that's been on my mind a little bit recently, and that is WoW becoming a seasonal game? Now, to some people, that might sound insane or crazy. Of course, WoW's not becoming a seasonal game, and I'd like to believe you, but it's getting more and more hard to ignore. We are currently in 9.0.5. We're waiting for 9.1 to come out, and we are in this kind of lull of content again. And we've seen in the gaming industry as a whole over recent years this massive switch to seasonal content. You see a new season of Diablo comes out, people go and play it for a couple of days. You have a new season of Fortnite comes out, people go and play that for a couple of days. A new Call of Duty season or whatever. You get these massive kind of changes between content, and it really got me thinking that WoW's almost doing the same thing, and it has for years. In fairness, actually, the model works very similar to seasonal stuff. Ultimately, we get a new raid or a new piece of content, and then we play it for a little while. It's broken. It then goes to the 0.5 patch, of which it starts becoming slightly less broken, and we play it a little bit more. And after that, we get this lull of content until the next big thing. The next big thing normally being the next raid or the next PvP season for PvP players or things like that. And it's really got me thinking that WoW is in one of those periods at the moment where it's almost trying to do something that it's not. It's recently changed the subscription models to a minimum of, I believe it's 3 months, although I'm not sure. I haven't actually had to resub yet. And it's really showing that Blizzard are trying to go, hey guys, we want you to carry on playing our game. And I think what's made me think about this, and it's why I wanted to record a video on it, is because I'm interested to hear what you guys have to think. Again, I posted the support video the other day. I've had a couple of comments on that. And it's really interesting having a bit of kind of community feedback, really, because Blizzard aren't listening to it. And I'm not saying that this will be listened to by Blizzard, but it's just interesting to know what people's opinions are. And I hope this is a place and a channel that people can come to discuss things. But I've been playing more and more Classic in preparation for the Burning Crusade. For those people that don't know, I am planning on going quite hard in Burning Crusade Classic, whatever you want to call it. When it comes out, ultimately, I did enjoy Burning Crusade the first time. I played Vanilla, I played Burning Crusade, and I want to go back and re-experience it. I've got friends that are playing as well. But I've gone through and I've realised that that's almost a content filler for Blizz. And maybe that's why they've done it, is because it's lazy content. Ultimately, they can leave it there and they know that people will pick it up and put it down as they want to and be the filler in between their seasonal content. And I think more and more in the past, Blizzard have had plenty of ways to encourage you to want to log in. We go back as far as things like Wrath of the Lich King, just out of nowhere. The first tier of Wrath of the Lich King, you had multiple raids. I mean, you had Malagos, you had Obsidian Sanctum, you had Naxxramas. You then had Ulduar come out. Shortly after Ulduar, you had Trial of the Crusader. You then got into ICC, which, while it was solo in what it did, it was one of the best raids, and it had so much lore behind it that people didn't mind spending that extra little bit of time there. Whereas now we have one raid, which has been cleared for a long time now, and is only ever getting easier at this point. We have Mythic Plus, which I'm going to do a separate video on Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus is my reason for logging onto WoW. I do raids so that I can do Mythic Plus. I've stopped doing a lot of Mythic Plus, and I'm going to talk more about it in that video, so I don't want to talk about it too much here, but the very short reason for that is the affixes. That is the main reason, to be honest. There's a couple of other things, but the affixes are a good chunk of the reason. But yeah, I mean, we really there isn't very much content in the game, and they have addressed some issues with Shadowlands, so I don't want this to be a Shadowlands bashing video, because I'm not about that. I want to give a equal argument on both sides. ultimately, I think this expansion has addressed things like the weekly vault. I think this is the best weekly vault iteration we've seen, and yes, it still has issues. It is by no means perfect, but I think it is the best iteration of a weekly vault that we have seen so far. I think they've now got to a point with Valor points that people are happy with it. I think actually I'm really enjoying the Valor system. There are still a couple of issues around it. The fact that certain items just do not drop ever. Blood Shattered Scale just doesn't drop. It doesn't exist. I'm sure of it. Um, I'm, but ultimately that's the thing. That's fine. I can go and grind it if I really wanted it. I could go and put that effort in. It's nice to know that that's there. And this is what I'm kind of saying though, and I think without going in and rambling too much about it, we're in a period at the moment of getting a new release, it being broken for a few weeks or a few months even before the 0.5 patch where we go in and fix it. It's then fixed and we go through a period of sereneness where everything's fixed. We haven't got to worry about the issues and we just enjoy the game for what it is for a few weeks. But we've already been enjoying it at that point for 2 months. And we're just kind of bored, and it's kind of then waiting for the next tier. We still don't have any idea as to when the next tier is coming out. We've got rough inclinations based on the fact that the beta is coming out shortly for 9.1. But we haven't really got all too much information as to when it's coming out. And in fairness, there's a new raid that's great. There's potentially going to be a new PvP season. I know there are huge issues around PvP at the moment that if people are interested, I'm happy to get into in another video. You've then got the fact that there is almost no change other than a seasonal affix for Mythic Plus. And yeah, again, I feel like there's not enough of a change to warrant people coming back each time. You look at Diablo or Path of Exile and them sort of very seasonal games, and this is why I'm relating WoW to them games, that Path of Exile is a game that there are massive changes between seasons. In fact, there's a whole new mechanic every season. You look at Diablo, they're trying to do something different each season, even though that's a game that hasn't been in active development for many years now. And like I said, I think WoW's getting to that stage of just... I don't know. And this is kind of why I wanted to do the video, is to see what you guys think. Am I crazy here? Or is WoW turning into a very seasonal game? Is it something that I play for a couple of months and then I go off for the next 2 months and play Classic, or I go and play a different MMO or Diablo or something like that in between? Is WoW enough for you guys full time now? And I guess that's kind of what I'm asking. So without rambling on too much, I'm planning on releasing a couple of videos over the weekend. This has been a bit of a one-off this week of releasing a little bit more content than usual, just because it's worked out with scheduling stuff. But the channel's grown massively, and again, I'm so thankful for that, guys. I still want to provide content for you. I still intend on providing content for you. If there's anything specific you want to see, then absolutely let me know. There are some projects I'm working on, but I don't want to release any of them until I've kind of got a good way through them. But yeah, so like I said, I think to sum this video up, I'm interested on whether WoW is now your full-time game, or is still your full-time game, or if you're playing other things, if you are actively looking for other games to play or other things to fill your time, or are you content with the fact that WoW isn't needing so much of your time? Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. It's a bit of an interesting conversation, so I'm very interested to hear your comments back. As I said, I always try to reply to all your comments in the comment section. And yeah, so thanks for listening, guys, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.